The development of a nation is determined by the active participation and effective organization of its citizens. Nation building and national development involve the construction of psychological and physical structure of the nation. It is the growth of the nation in terms of unity, education, economic well-being and mass participation in government. Here in Eritrea, the unity of the people and the participation of the people in national issues have been rising from time to time. Development is not only explained by the social-cultural, political, economic and spiritual well-being of the society, but also by the active participation of its citizens. Through national service, Eritreans participate in all national activities that trace the existence of the country. Without public participation, national development is mission impossible. The youth occupy a prominent place in any country. In Eritrea, the youth are prepared to become the owners and leaders of tomorrow. The energy, character and orientations of members of the national service determine the pace of development and security of the nation. Through their readiness and talents, Eritrea makes commendable strides in defense, economic as well as political aptitude. Thus, the future of Eritrea is becoming promising. To realize the full participation of citizens, it's important to nurture conscious, skilled and above all responsible citizens with a vision. Therefore, to realize this goal, the government of Eritrea launched a national service program in 1994 in Sawa. Sawa was established from scratch with an objective of nurturing mentally and physically fit youth. Sawa is a hub of education of the country, producing disciplined, dedicated and youth, which are the future of the country and important actors on the ongoing nation-building endeavors.
The biggest contribution of Sawa, even though it might not be tangible, but it's something, Sawa creates unity, and I think that's very important. You can't only build a nation without when the people are not part of it, and it's not one sector of the society that builds the nation. So when we talk about nation building, it involves the whole country, and Sawa plays a very important role, in my opinion, because it's where youth come from different sects of the society, from different parts of the country, and they get to know each other. So when you look at a person as a fellow Eritrean, you're not looking at him as a member of a certain ethnic group or a religion or whatever it is. You're looking at him as an Eritrean. You're learning about him as an individual, and it creates unity. So when we work for the country, we're not working for our sect or for our side. We're working for the country as Eritreans, all of us. So I think this is one of the major contributions of Sawa.
Over the last 2 decades of independence, participants of the National Service Program have played a tremendous role in defending the nation during the border conflicts with Ethiopia, in which many have paid high martyrdom to ensure the nation's sovereignty with a vision of making Eritrea a nation of pride and perseverance. The Eritrean youths who graduated from the Sawa Vocational Training Center are also actively engaged in the ongoing National Development Drive, which is a vivid demonstration of the ongoing swift development in the country. Indeed, those youths are now the active leaders of the overall development drive in the country. Sawa is a center of patriotism and nationalism. The government of Eritrea has given top priority to the production of high-quality human capital, capable of mastering and exploiting available resources for socio-economic development of the country. Vocational skill training is a part of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students activities and the project department, targeted on youth of the nation, mostly those who have social economic problems in the society, from making employment opportunities by providing different kind of trainings so that they change their lives and their families as well.
So what we do here is that we do have more than 20 types of vocational skill training. So after they've been trained, we just don't stop there, because the main purpose is to create job. So we provide training on entrepreneurship to help them how to better run their business if they have in the future. And then after that, we make sure that microcredit, as the name indicates, it's a microcredit ranging between 15 and 20,000 nafa. It is in kind and in cash. So then after this training, microcredit provision is provided. Now, this can help them to start up and then to be self-employed, because we do have a guiding principle. Effective efficiency, self-reliance is our guiding principle in our implementing as well as in our planning. Yeah.
Eritrea's strategy for sustainable and inclusive growth foresees increasing people's knowledge, skills and competence as one of the main growth engines. Vocational education plays a central role in the country's response to the ongoing development projects.
We go at each Zoba and make a need assessment, and the youth come up with more than 20 types of vocational skill training, such as computer maintenance, solar installation, electric installation, weaving, poultry, beekeeping, and so on and so on. So this goes from 2 up to 9 months. Okay, the curriculum, the manuals are guided by the Ministry of Education, so that for it to be standardized, and then both gender equally participate. For example, we had 300 beneficiary of 2019 trainees for microcredit, and out of them 94% are females. I can give you a success story for ERi, for instance. So it is making an impact in the entire within the framework of the national objective and policies. So there is a contribution for the bigger picture.
The graduation of young Eritreans from the College of Aviation of Eritrea, which recently conferred in February this year, for instance, is a vivid demonstration of the efforts being exerted by the government to funnel greater resources and pursue redoubled efforts, professional training and research in the aviation and other industries, as human capital constitute the most critical national assets. The Eritrean youth in the diaspora have been an integral part of the ongoing national development programs in Eritrea. They have been actively engaged in strengthening organizational capacity with a view to participate in the national development drives. There are around 30,000 members of the National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students in several countries abroad.
There was also support for the EDF here, and the people of Eritrea, the Martyrs Funds, various projects that worked in tandem with Eritrea. So there's a very strong link with Eritrea, very strong relationship with the people. And of course, as Eritreans, we have families here too. There's no Eritrean that's not affected by what goes on inside of this country. So there is a very tight-knit relationship. And with the influx of new Eritreans coming to the diaspora now, the organization structures are changing. We have a National Council of Eritrean Americans that is an umbrella organization of all our organizations in the U.S. and right down to same level from the main cities to the smaller communities and smaller counties that we have chapters in every region. So it's very well organized, but it's continuous work. Right. It's always changing and it's dynamic. New youth coming in, new professionals coming in, bringing robust new ideas into the community. So always in flux, but always changing and promoting agendas that befit the community there and the rights of our communities there and the stability of our communities there, as well as programs. We call them in-country programs for diaspora youth that want to come, diaspora professionals that want to come and work in Eritrea and contribute to the development of Eritrea. So very tight linked.
Wow, okay.
When I talk about the Eritrean youth in diaspora, mainly we're talking about members of the Mahbarokom and YPFDJ. So I'd like to make that clear first. So when I say they conduct seminars, so these members, youth members who are of the YPFDJ, they conduct seminars, they have meetings, and they discuss. Also within their communities, within their local communities, the older youth, they try to teach the younger generation, the younger kids about their culture, the history, so they can get a connection with their country and create a bond, instill a bond about their country. Also, they conduct annual festivals within their countries. Within these festivals, they have cultural activities, also historical activities. All of these activities portray and they show the rich culture, the history that we have within Eritrea.
The Know Your Country Through program aimed at familiarizing youth in the diaspora with their country. It is through these activities that the youth receive an eyewitness accounts of how thousands of Eritrean youth in the country are contributing to their country's development on a daily basis. This program familiarizes diaspora youth with Eritrea's history and heritage, and also allows them to interact with youth in Eritrea to find out how they live, work, and actively participate in the ongoing national development programs.
So basically, when they have such kind of activities, it might not seem like a big thing, but what they're doing is they're creating a connection towards their country. And for me, nation building, in my opinion, it doesn't only involve the physical things or what is tangible. It also involves having a connection to your country, because once you have that connection, you can contribute to your country. When you have that bond, it makes you have the will to contribute and to do more. It's not only about building buildings. I think in general, when we think about national building, we only think about development or what we can see. So it takes a lot. Also, in my opinion, one of their biggest contributions to the nation building effort is in raising and voicing Eritrean issues. So a very good example would be what happened in recent times now with the hands-off movement. This was the movement that was created by the youth. They mobilized, they campaigned against the injustices that have been committed against Eritrea. And also on social media, they're very active. They play a very active role, and their voice is actually having an impact.
The National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students has been working to encourage youth in the diaspora to contribute to a database initiative taken by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the state of Eritrea. By doing so, the news plays an aggressive role in increasing the number of young professionals who become part of a pool for agents and partners for development in their homeland, and especially in critical sectors such as education, health, technology, and business. The future of Eritrea now rests on the hands of the young Eritreans. Therefore, the youth must understand and be aware of the inevitable barriers, hurdles, and challenges that occur in the course of their journey.
Regard this day, Independence Day. I mean, there is no noble calling than fighting for your people, for your country. This is a legacy that we young people must follow. And in order to do that, we must equip ourselves with good education, with skills, and then bring out this for the country. As you know, I mean, Africa in general and Eritrea in particular, we do have this rich natural resources, a wide room for investment, a wide room for invention and innovation. This is all waiting for us. So to do that, we have to equip ourselves. And also, as young people, we don't have to expect the future to be built for us. We have to build ourselves for the future. That's all I can say.
Victory is only possible after numerous ups and downs. In order to overcome the existing challenges and bear our historical responsibility, the Eritrean youth have to make good use of the opportunities at hand.
To the youth in the diaspora, I think they should be recognized because even with their hectic schedule, they create the time to contribute their knowledge, their skills, in whatever ways that they can to help their country. And to the youth within the country, I would like to, based on this occasion, I'd like to convey my admiration and my appreciation for their work. As young people, we have a lot of desires, lots of distractions around us, and things that we want to achieve. But we see them constantly suppressing their desires and staying committed and devoting to their work. And sometimes suppressing your desires and committing yourself comes at great sacrifice and difficulty, especially when you don't see the fruits of your labor immediately. When we talk about nation building, it's not something that will happen in one day or in a short time. You don't see your fruits quickly. It takes a long time. And staying committed to this really comes at great difficulty. And I'd like to really appreciate their efforts. And I'd like to say also, even though we have a long way to go, we've also come a far way. And not to lose hope and to keep doing what they're doing.
To make history in building and defending Eritrea, the youth have to bear their responsibility to develop a prosperous nation and to defend Eritrea's sovereignty and territorial integrity.
Eritrea, ba'adam mandal kasatadam sisu, meswata baharanat tadabisu. Eritrea, ba'adam mandal kasatadam sisu, meswata baharanat tadabisu. موائل نخيصة بعلمة تمرتي تنعت كوينو شما إريترا سحاب والزعات أمسكيرا حقيكم تقوات إريترا أب ألم جبيتا توقبو كبرا ناتنت زمزو أولوني نهنتان لمعت كنسري سلطاني كنلبسا قما حدري لنا كم جاك نسلما إريترا أب ألم جبيتا توقبو كبرا إريترا toga boca bra.